Hi and welcome to the Winning Factor, our last edition for the current season. On this show each week, we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an angle to the races that we might see as a path to finding the winners. Well, before we get to that, of course, it's awards season, the end of the season in Hong Kong, and I thought I'd make a little bit of a different contribution to the awards season with some of our Winning Factor awards today. First of all, let's take a look at how the jockey and trainer premierships would look if we assessed trainers and jockeys based on the market expectations of their runners and rides. And obviously this looks a little different to the official championships, but from the point of view of who's done the best with what they have to work with, Ricky Yu is a clear winner for the trainers this season, with a shout out to the new trainers Mark Newnham and Cody Moe for making our top 5. On the jockeys list, Harry Bentley leads the jockeys, and Harry does a great job flying under the radar, and it's worth highlighting Jerry Chow's effort too, for a rider not long out of his apprenticeship, always a challenging part of a jockey's career. Angus Chung, well, he's done well too, but he did ride much of the season as an apprentice with a good claim, so his challenge ahead lies in maintaining that as a senior jockey next season. Still on the human participants, let's take a look at who did the best with outright favourites during the season. Well, first of all, on the jockeys, it's no surprise to see Harry Bentley again leads the top 5 with more than half of his outright favourites winning, while Zac Purton has won on almost 28% of his favourites, but the market, of course, was looking for more. Amongst the trainers, a tough battle, maybe to be decided on Sunday, with Francis Lui a slender leader from Ricky Yu and Tony Cruz in a 3-way go. But we often mention that at the other end of the scale, John Sai's favourites are weighed down by the high expectations, and once again this season that was the case. Now along the same lines, but turning to our equine participants. And as far as good and bad favourites go, well, the best performer when expected to win by the market was co-partner Prance. But for a lower grade horse, also excellent work from Northern Beast, who was only favourite 3 times and won every time. While the standout money muncher of the season, I think for most people, was certainly Top Scorer, 7 times favourite without winning. And finally to the Iron Horse Award for the season. Now for this award, horses had to have had more than 15 races for the season and still performed above expectations. And the Kwok family and Tony Cruz provided the Quinella with Beauty Glory and Smart Beauty. But I'd also like to give an honourable mention for another of their horses. Beauty Fit is just outside this group, but a win at his 20th run for the season on Sunday would put him in the top 3 for a Beauty Tierce. So let the post-awards parties begin, but we still have winners to find for the final day. And the first race I'm going to take a look at is race 6, where our winning factor is the draw. Now this is a Class 4, 1400 metres, and I'm sure there will be fans for horses like Owner's Praise, Zac Purton's Mount Fighting Machine, John Sai's Train Brilliant Express, the likely leader of Firm, and 2 horses seeking a change of luck in more than one way, the Absolute and Happy Daily. And those last 2 are the ones that I'm focusing on. Now the Absolute, he's had draws of 14, 12, 8 and 14 since his win over this course and distance in December, so he hasn't had the best run of barriers. And likewise Happy Daily, at 6 of his last 7 starts he has drawn 10 or wider, and the only time he did draw well, Connections made the tactical gamble to lead on him for the only time in his 46 starts that he has led, and he didn't really appreciate those tactics. So he's looking for a change of luck as well. Also, during that time, because he's had that tough luck, his rating handicap has come down 59 to 46, and that makes him exceptionally well handicapped. So let's see if he's still up to winning a race, and I think his latest display certainly did suggest that. This is race 789. He's in gate 11 here with green and yellow colours, and Happy Daily jumps well enough, but he has to drift back and still can't get closer than 3 wide on a limb. just behind and outside the eventual winner, Smiling Collector. Now on the heat map, we do not see a lot of speed and not much help there for horses running on. So the winner does a good job, but even more so does Happy Daily, with the added disadvantage of covering more ground and into the breeze. He feels the pinch in the final 200 metres as he's finishing off, but only misses third in a photo. And what you saw there, well, that's basically been Happy Daily's life for the last 6 months. That has kept on happening. So let's take a look at the map for Sunday's race. And that bad luck with the draw changes for both he and the Absolute on Sunday. The Absolute might be able to get further forward from a better gate than he's had recently and be one of the group nearer the regular front runner, Affirm, who should lead the race. But that won't happen for Happy Daily. He's best shown as a run-on horse. However, I think he will still be positioned closer and with a more economical run to leave something for the finish. Now, there might be some traffic to negotiate, but Vincent Ho is aboard and he's in charge of that part. So the tip from me in race 6, Happy Daily. His winning factor, the draw. I don't think this horse has been going too badly. He's become very well handicapped. He just hasn't had the right setup to be able to take advantage of that handicap. Well, I think that happens on Sunday when the race sets up better for him than one has for months. The second race I want to take a look at is race 7, and our winning factor here, the map. Now this class 4 is also over 1400 metres and to me looks thin on chances. Top Peak, he's been in great form, but he's now up to the top of the weights and out to a wide draw. Circuit Mighty was better last start, but in all honesty, he's been very hard to follow this season. Foolish Heart has run good races without a lot of luck. But I think this race boils down to two promising 3-year-olds, Steps Ahead for Zach Purton and Francis Loy, and Great Spirit, Matthew Poon for Dennis Yip. Now, I don't believe there's a lot between them in this race. When they last met, there was 3 lengths between them, but I think that came down to circumstances, as we're going to see on this replay. This is race 766. Now, gate 10, mauve colours. Great Spirit is restrained immediately out of the gate and back to last to find the rail and try and make some ground into midfield, while Steps Ahead, gate 5, red and yellow colours, jumps well, and that was really significant as he had been slow to begin at his first 2 starts. The first 200 metres was average, a slowdown in the next section before the speed got turned up again from the 800 metre turn onwards. So that was all in favour of horses nearer the speed, and certainly of these 2 horses, Steps Ahead, who gets a great run, 4 or 5 lengths ahead of Great Spirit. Now, when the sprint goes on, Steps Ahead accelerates better, Great Spirit takes some riding to get going, but their final 400 metre and 200 metre sprints are pretty much the same, just Great Spirit doing that from a more negative position, so it was hard for him to make ground. So position was vital there in the 2-horse race between them, and I think Sunday's race sees a much closer contest with regard to position. Like Happy Daily in the previous race, also from the Yip stable, Great Spirit has had no luck at all with barriers, but now he has gate 1 on Sunday. Will he be closer? Well, I think likely. Will he be behind Steps Ahead again? I think he still will be, provided Steps Ahead gets out of the gates like he did last time. There doesn't look mad pace on, but Moi Fafa has shown good speed in his 2 starts, looks the leader for Luke Ferraris at a tempo as fast as he wants to go. Perhaps that will be slow, maybe a bit more even than that, but there's a group of horses who should be handy behind, and then I think 3 pairs back is probably the best hope for Great Spirit, and again, giving a start away 2 Steps Ahead. So the tip in race 7, Steps Ahead. His winning factor, the map. As I said earlier, I really don't think there's a lot between these horses, given the difference in weights, but I think that tactical ability for Steps Ahead to be in front of Great Spirit is going to be the important side to this race. Well, that's it from the winning factor for this week and for this season. Enjoy Sunday's racing. We'll see you again in September.